Top of the morning, and welcome into the PHNX Daily Bet Show, brought to you by the one and only DraftKings Sportsbook app, America's top-rated sportsbook app. I'm your host, Shane Deef, joined as always by Johnny Venerable on the second day of madness. How we doing?
I think I picked old Princeton to cover. I didn't think Arizona was going to lose, but I feel pretty good, and I think that's good mojo for your Sun Devils, Shano.
I would hope so. Sean Miller almost just went down as well. Xavier just barely avoided an upset from Kennesaw State. And there's a ton of other good games on right now. The Gauchos of UCSB are still trying to hang in there with Baylor. VCU and St. Mary's are basically tied at halftime, and Vermont is keeping it close with Marquette in the first half. Any of those games interest you, Johnny?
Marquette's interesting. I like Marquette. But no, nothing that is going to do a ton for me. Again, these are middling schools within the tournament that I don't think can make noise in terms of an Elite Eight Final Four appearance. But, however, I did have Arizona making the Elite Eight, so that's a problem. I also, as we talked about yesterday, had a team like West Virginia advancing a lot. So my bracket isn't doing particularly well. I'm hedging again against a lot of the Big Ten schools that we talked about yesterday. I'm anxious to see the tip-off of Pittsburgh, Iowa State. Everybody, including you're all over Iowa State. I'm not so sure. But Marquette right now up by 3 against Vermont. You can get Vermont at plus 500. That's a little tasty on the DraftKings Sportsbook app.
No, it's not.
No, you don't like it?
No.
Don't tell me it's not tasty.
That's not tasty.
All right. Well, we literally picked every game yesterday. And I'm going to be honest with you. My head's been spinning. I can't even remember what we did. But I do feel like we need to start with Arizona, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Give me the vibes of what went down at the PHNX headquarters yesterday, because it was a half an hour before Cardinals was scheduled to start at 4 p.m. And I got a text from my co-host, Bo Brock, and he said, I'm not going to lie, it's a little tense in here. And I was like, oh, it'll be fine. They'll pull this out. And then Princeton put together just a masterful offensive strategy. And on the defensive side, I think held U of A to like 6 points in the final 11 minutes.
Stop that, Johnny. Stop it. Princeton didn't do anything. Princeton shot 18% from the three-point line. Princeton did nothing masterfully. They're going to get their shit pumped in the round of 32.
All the blame on. You're not giving Princeton any credit. You think they're going to get blown out next round?
Yes, I think they're going to get killed by Missouri. 100%. It's just U of A fucking collapsed, man. They just collapsed. It was tragic to see.
Jesus.
I don't know. I mean, the vibe in the office yesterday, well, we were all sitting down, and then me and a couple other people stood up, and Saul was suddenly the last one sitting down in the front row, and we just kind of let him be. And then they lost, and me, Totri, and Sean sprinted outside, or we sprinted out of the office, went into the elevator, went outside of the front door, and then jumped and screamed and laughed. But we did it respectfully. Dancing their graves. But nothing matters unless ASU wins tonight. So
no, I disagree. I think ASU's already the winner. I do think they're going to win tonight, but I do think ASU's already the winner.
Why?
Because they didn't advance further, but they're going to have the last laugh in terms of playing a day later, and that matters. And they've already default kind of won a game in the tournament. An egregious collapse, an egregious loss for Arizona, who I saw Joe Biden picked Arizona to win the whole thing, and then they lost to Princeton. My guy, Joe B, that's not a good sign. So it's unfortunate. I agree with you. Arizona lost that game more than Princeton wanted, but give Princeton credit. They hit their free throws in the stretch of the game. What?
Princeton.
They don't have scholarship players. They didn't have scholarship players.
I was just about to say that exactly. That's what I was about to say. I don't know.
Giving them credit as a non-scholarship athlete. It's like me up there trying to hit a free throw, except for I couldn't go to an Ivy League school with my life dependent on it. Making your free throws at the end of the game to steal that win.
Yeah.
But yeah, Arizona trying to make a 3 in the last possession was painful to watch.
Yeah. That game was something else. Oh, hey, Johnny, you want to do the DraftKings read today?
I can. Do you want me to talk about how great DraftKings is right now because of your bonus bucks, by the way?
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you download the DraftKings Sportsbook app, first of all, if you haven't done that already, perfect time as we're kicking off March Madness. We've got NFL draft props that are available that Shane loves when I talk about. We've got the NBA postseason right around the corner. There's never been a better time, friends and family, to download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. All you got to do, download the app, sign up with promo code, you guessed it, PHNX. New customers can bet a mere $5 and get 200 in bonus bets instantly. And again, I didn't say you had to win your $5 bet to get those sweet, sweet bonus bets. No. Just place a 5 spot, money line, spread, over, under, whatever you want to do. There's a plethora of games going on right now. You put the 5 spot on, you get 200 in bonus bets instantly that you can disperse however you want to do it, but you only got to do it on the DraftKings Sportsbook app with promo code PHNX, Shano. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See those show notes for details.
Bang. All right, we'll go over some of the games yesterday that we touched on. We touched on Charleston and San Diego State. San Diego State got away with that game, and they shouldn't have. They definitely shouldn't have covered. That was tragic. Yeah. Egregious foul call. Disgusting. Bad for the sport. We'll move on.
Gotcha.
Talked about Princeton and Arizona. I said Arizona would run away with it. Johnny said Princeton would cover. There you go. The Must Bus against your Illinois. The Must Bus rolled. They won by 10, so they covered. Told you guys that. I think I said I'm staying.
I picked Illinois to be a huge fraud, so they're not my Illinois. I just grew up in Illinois. But yes.
Yeah. Auburn and Iowa. I'm pretty sure I said stay away from that game. I wasn't going to touch it because of the inconsistencies of Iowa. I might have said Iowa +4 or whatever it was, but who knows? Or were they even? Was it the other way around? I don't know. Duke and Oral Roberts. I know for a fact I picked Duke -5.5 or whatever it was, and they won by 23. So
yeah, you were right. I was wrong on that one.
Texas against Colgate. Said it. Texas is going to roll. They won by 20.
I said that too. I said I only want Colgate on my toothpaste.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. No. I know for a fact I said stay away from the Boise State Northwestern game. That game was disgusting. I didn't want any part of it. I didn't say anything on the Tennessee game. Tennessee looked terrible yesterday. Holy good hell.
But they advanced.
Yeah, barely. I know I said Penn State would cover. They didn't just cover. They won outright by a lot of points. They won by 17.
They look way better than I thought they would.
They're not a Big Ten team. I don't consider them a Big Ten team because they don't play like a Big Ten team.
Well, who do they play like then? They play like an ACC team?
No, they play like a Big 12 team. They play strong.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The biggest miss of the day was saying sprinkle a little bit on UNC Asheville's money line. They started out down 11 and never got it close. So that was unfortunate. But hey, I had some fun watching that game. And then, unfortunately, I did say bet on USC this morning. USC threw the game away at the end. That was tragic. That was truly, truly, truly tragic.
Good hell. What's going on with the Pac-12, my man? Are the Sun Devils going to have to save the Pac-12 tonight?
Hey, why not us?
Put that Superman cape on, ASU.
All right, let's go one by one. We got to do it quick because I got to get out and produce a show. I don't know if it's set up yet. I'm kind of worried about that. Okay, let's talk about the games coming up. Pitt and Iowa State. You said you don't trust Iowa State. Why is that, John?
I don't. I think they're overrated. I don't think they shoot particularly well, and I like Pittsburgh in the underdog spot, a team that has plenty of tournament experience. Give me Pittsburgh money line +170 on the DraftKings Sportsbook app. I do like the under 131.5. I think Pittsburgh's going to make this ugly for Iowa State. I think Iowa State's feeling themselves a little too much. So yeah, give me Pitt, who's got some familiarity with this program, +170 money line, under at 131.5. Shano.
Yeah, this is a Pittsburgh team that should not have won in the first four, and then traveled from Dayton and at late at night on Tuesday and is now ready to play. They're lucky though. They're lucky they get 3 days. ASU only got 2 days. Very lucky because they played on Tuesday. ASU played on Wednesday. And for some reason they didn't play on Thursday. They're playing on Friday. I think Iowa State is a freight train from hell though. I think they're a very good.
You're all over them.
Yeah, I'm going to take them -4.5. Jaron Holmes. All right. North Carolina, NC State, Creighton. There's no way NC State wins this game. I'm sorry.
The Big East is trash, so I'm going to go NC State. I'm going to take the NC State money line at +190. I think Creighton's overrated, and I think that conference is awful.
I'm just not going to talk about that. Great.
Okay.
Iona, UConn. Rick Pitino get the revenge?
No. UConn rolls. You can tease it up. It's -9.5 on DraftKings.
Where does UConn play? What conference are they in?
They're solidified as a legitimate program. Stop.
They're in the Big East.
They should bring the Big East into football.
No, they shouldn't.
UConn.
That would be the worst thing ever. Oh my God! Can you imagine UConn versus?
It'd be on what? It'd be on. They'd ask me to go play in it. They'd say,
oh my God!
They play Catback. Tease it up from 9.5 to 11-12 on DraftKings, and you can get it at plus money.
So UConn's a good team, right? Just solidified.
Yeah.
What do good teams lose to bad teams?
Sometimes. Creighton. I don't buy Creighton. Stat. Get off of Creighton. I'm not into them.
Creighton beat them less than a month ago.
No, that was a fluke game.
No,
you and I both know it was a fluky.
No. All right. Providence, Kentucky.
No, you skipped over Little Dickinson.
Oh, okay. What do you like in that game?
Little Dicky plus 2,000 against Purdue. No, Purdue's spread is minus 23.
Alabama was minus 24 yesterday, and they should have, or minus 23.5 yesterday, and they should have covered, but they had Corpus Christi hit a late game 3 to cover. That was tragic.
Take your bonus bucks. Take your 5 spot. Put it on Little Dicky plus 2,000.
No.
Don't do that. Don't
Purdue
do that.
First half minus 12, I think it is. I love that.
Can't believe you ignored Little Dicky. All right, we can talk about Kentucky Providence. I think this is Calipari's most slept on team. I think Kentucky's going to make a run to the Elite Eight because no one's talking about them, and I think that's good for them and their young players. Give me minus 4.5, and I also like the over in that game against Providence, 143.5.
I think that you're right. I think that is a slept-on Kentucky team, but I also think that the Friars are a very tough matchup in round 1. They got to get past the Friars. If they do, I like them to go far. Oscar Tshiebwe is a dominant force, and they should have had a lot better year. They're kind of figuring it out a little bit, but the Friars are good, man. They're a veteran team. I'm going to go with Providence plus 4.5. I think Kentucky barely wins, though.
Wow.
All right, Drake and Miami. Drake is the darling. Everyone hates Miami. What does that mean? Miami probably rolls, but what do you think, John?
Miami, I think, won like 12 of 14 to end the year, and their only losses were to FSU and to Duke. I think didn't they lose to Duke in the ACC championship or the ACC tournament? Give me Miami of Florida. They're a better program, better players. I think people like yourself reading too much into Drake, and because they are the tournament darling.
Like myself.
I don't know. I just assume you were going to take Drake. I don't. You can take the money line at 2.5 or 145 minus 145, or you can take the spread at 2.5. Because I mean, I do think this will be a 1-possession game. So whatever you want to do. I don't have a strong take on Drake other than I think they're going to lose. After
Charleston yesterday, this is a stay away spot for me. I'm not touching it. It just feels like Charleston. Like I was all over Charleston coming into the tournament. And then everyone was like, oh, they're going to roll. And then I was like, no, get away from my darlings, please. And people are all over Drake. I'm staying away from this game. GCU minus Gonzaga. Tease this B up. Gonzaga's going to win by 30-plus points.
No.
Yeah, they are.
How can you do that to our precious GCU? Yeah. I'll take GCU upset money line plus 950 just to sprinkle. Gonzaga, what do they always do in the tournament? They're a choke fest. Plus 950 GCU.
Please clip that. 14-28, Jacob. And
they don't choking in the tournament.
They don't choke in the first round. They never choke in the first round.
First time for everything. Give me GCU, baby. You know what? I walk around the neighborhood here in Maricopa, a lot of GCU alums. Do it.
That doesn't surprise me at all. All right, FAU and Memphis. FAU money line plus 110. Book it.
Whatever. I don't care about this game. Move on.
Okay, I'd have to stay away for John. Montana State and Kansas State. Kansas State minus 7.5.
Kansas State, good basketball program, good football program, minus 7.5. That's fine, minus 110. Also take the over in this game. I think there's going to be a good amount of points. Montana can shoot the 3-ball, minus 110 at the over at 140.
Kent State, another darling of the tournament, but a little slept on darling. The Golden Flashes, plus 165 money line. Give me that all day against Indiana. Fuck the Big Ten, man.
I will roll with you. You know, I'm facing the Big Ten. So I'm on the dogs today. It's time to make some money on the DraftKings Sportsbook app. And you do that by taking big swings. And we're taking big swings. Kent State plus 165 money line.
Yep. ASU, TCU, final game of the night. Join us for the watch along. ASU tight end, future NFL tight end, Jalen Conyers will be joining us for the entire game.
Oh, big time.
As well. So make sure to come watch that with us on the PHNX Sports YouTube channel. Spread is 5, over-under is 142. I love the under in this game. I think both teams are going to struggle a little bit offensively. And I think this is ballooning a little bit because of what happened 2 days ago. And I think ASU wins this game with their defense. Give me ASU money line plus 180.
I'll take ASU's money line as well, but I will take the over. Your team just almost scored 100 points.
Yeah.
And you're saying I know you know this team better than anybody, but I'll be on the different side. I like the over at 1 for the 2 at minus 110. So, but I'm with you. I think ASU rolls.
Love it. Let's check in on the rest of the games that are going on right now. The Gauchos will go down. They're down by 20. St. Mary's up 4 with 15 minutes to go in the second half. You can get VCU at plus 220 right now. They're only down 4. I love that. Vermont down 8, about to enter the first half. You're talking about over-unders. I got an over for the amount of fun you can have. Our tickets just dropped for another takeover on April 6th, I believe. April 6th at 7 p.m. against the Nuggies. $160 for Diehards, $200 if you're not, but become a Diehard. You got a bunch of other discounts available. You also get a free shirt, and the tickets are lower level. Pre-game festivities at the Desmond, which we were at yesterday. It was a great time. Food was fantastic, and it's just going to be so fun. Presented by Illegal Pete's, of course.
I love it. The takeover last night looked electric, as was the Phoenix Suns victory. But you know what else is electric? PHNX Cardinals tonight, 4 p.m. Myself, Bo Brock. We're hearing that the Cardinals, this is a scoop for you PHNX Bets Daily fans, are close to signing a backup quarterback. I know who it is. There you go.
You can follow me on Twitter at Shane Deef. You can follow Johnny on Twitter at Johnny Venable. Follow the show on Twitter at PHNX_bets. We're live here every Monday through Friday at noon on the PHNX Sports YouTube channel. We'll see you on Monday. But until next time, peace, love, and I'm not much, but if I'm anything, you know I'm a gaucho.